Welcome back to Overkill Reviews. It's me, it's Blayne, I'm back. You were all real nice in the comment section, which is rare for YouTube, so here I am again. Thank you. This is a YouTube video though, so like every YouTube video you've ever seen, I'm gonna ask you to subscribe. Please subscribe. Subscribe. Today, we're doing Incantation Profane Nexus. It's out August 11th on Relapse Records. We all know what Incantation sounds like, but let's pretend we don't. Formed in 1989 in Pennsylvania, Incantation has been going strong since then, with probably more live performers than a sketchy strip club. Profane Nexus marks their 10th studio album, or 11 if you want to be a dick about that whole Game of Thrones they played. Despite following the tried and true old school death metal formula of changing band members as often as you change underwear and just cranking albums out, they've maintained a consistency in those albums that most death metal pioneers can only pray for. To Satan. Hi, Glenn. So the question is, can this release maintain the fantastic resurgence they've had with the last two albums? Probably not. I mean, let's find out. First up, we've got Right to the Locust. It's the single. It's got a fancy 360 visualizer video. Yep, that sounds like Incantation. That's great, right? Well, kind of. It doesn't really sound that different from anything they've done before, and the differences aren't the best. I mean, if you put this song side by side with a song off Dirges of Elysium, it sounds pretty similar, except the guitar tone's a lot cleaner, sounds a lot more produced, and as a result, it packs a lot less punch. And that's gonna be a bit of a theme throughout the album. Solo time! Again, nothing wrong with it, but it just feels like it lacks the insanity that you've come to expect with Incantation. It's like someone cut my PCP with something that definitely wasn't more PCP. On the opposite side of the spectrum, we've got Visceral Hexahedron. It's slow, it's low, let's go. So here we've got Incantation at its most death doomy. If you caught me on here before, you know that's my favorite genre, so how do I feel about it? Well, I'm on board with it conceptually, but in execution, there's some problems. The guitar tone I was talking about earlier, the cleanness with Death Doom really doesn't give it the sinister, menacing atmosphere that's kind of necessary to pull a track like this along. And at this point, you might have noticed it sounds a bit like Chuck Sherwood forgot his keys and had to record his bass lines in the hallway of the studio. The bass is in there, but it's really in the background in both recording and writing, which sucks because the little bass flourishes throughout the album are something I've come to expect and love from Incantation. It does speed up halfway through, which you can hear here. This song really does exemplify the fantastic cover art by Illyrian Cantor. His cover art features a tar monster being draped with skin by locusts, and that really feels like what they're trying to get here. It's slow, it's heavy, it's weighing you down. I do feel a bit dragged down though. Mark the time and date, whatever day you're watching it, whatever time you're watching it, because I'm probably never going to say this about anything ever again, but I wish it was a minute shorter. Incantation hasn't fully abandoned the insanity though, and that's most clear on Simple Cree. The guitar work is frantic and takes on an almost psychedelic tone. It has an urgency that I feel like's been lacking through the whole album, and its 4.5-minute runtime doesn't have a single bit of wasted space. A part like that finally gets my heart rate up. It feels like I've had one too many cups of coffee before bed. Or speed. Unless my mom's watching, then it's coffee. Look, Profane Nexus, I know I've been hard on you, but you're an incantation album. Your brothers and sisters are doctors and pilots, and you're an accountant. It's a fine job, and your mom and I aren't disappointed in you, but... Rating time! I gotta say it, I'm upset. It's a 3. Ugh, 3. Nobody likes a 3. It's boring. It doesn't say anything. It's a 3. What the hell is a 3? Well, that's kind of just how this album is. I can't give it a bad rating. I can't give it a 2. They don't do anything wrong in it. But this is Incantation. At no point am I going to listen to this over another Incantation album. Be it an old album, be it a mid-range album, or even the most recent album. All of them have highlights that this album isn't able to top. That's been my review. I hope you still like me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, John McEntee. Please subscribe. Well, not John subscribe, all of you subscribe. But if John subscribes, that's cool too.